there's no football going on here. Strictly boxing. Adam Booth, we've just seen Josh Kelly have a little workout ahead of the 21st of September. I'd say he looks fast, but that's no change to his whole career. He's always looked just as fast, but speaking to Josh today, he just seems at peace with everything. He just seems so relaxed. You wouldn't even know he's preparing for probably the biggest fight of his life.
Yeah, I mean, he's in a really good place as a man, as a young man. And we're doing what we choose to do in the way that we choose to do it. So he should be happy.
Have you seen him grow as a man? Yes. Between, obviously, he's been open about his dark times, and it's just a completely different person to talk to.
Yeah, when you're a parent, one of the things I think one of the best things you can give your children is understanding of the situations that life is going to give to them, and understanding how it's going to be for them, and working your way through it. Because I think understanding is a big thing, and Josh understands so much more about his own psychology even in the last 2 years. It's probably been longer than that, but the last 2 years has been an immense change in him. And I'm seeing it on a daily basis of how that manifests itself in every element, like problems in life, things in the gym, and he does seem to be a man that's coming into his prime in every sense.
This fight has been in the works for a long time, just before the Riyadh season card was even spoken about. Is Beefy someone you identified as a target where you think, yeah, this is the right fight for Josh at the right time?
Well, I had a few meetings with Calla and broadcasters, and we identified that Josh was a fighter that people wanted in big fights. And we identified 4 fighters in the UK because we all love these domestic showdowns. And they were, in order, Chris Eubank Jr., Conor Benn, Kell Brook, and Liam Smith. The first 3 didn't happen for different reasons. Liam Smith ended up being the one that there was an agreement and a fight to be made, and that's why we ended up here.
Is there respect for Liam Smith for that reason, that it was able to get done where those other 3 couldn't?
Yeah, I mean, he obviously was prepared to do the fight, and so of course that's what we're in this for. We're in this to take risks, to see what you can do. And Liam was the one that wanted to do it.
Do you think this sparring story that's been portrayed over the past 3 days has any effect on the fight whatsoever?
Well, I don't know. Are you referring to the 2 spars they had in Liverpool a few years ago?
Yeah, I think I spoke to Josh. He said it was just before the Vargas fight for Beefy, and he smiled at me, winked at me, and said, it's promising. But do you go off that? That was a long time ago, Adam.
Absolutely nothing. My recollection of those spars is that nothing really happened. I remember it just at the time. I remember that Liam was just having a look at Josh, and being Liam, and Josh wasn't really doing that much. Josh is a completely different person to what he was back then. But nothing happened. It was one of those spars. It was just, I remember it happening, but I don't remember anything happening in the spar, and it was that.
Do you think this is the last fight for Josh before a world title?
Don't know. All I know is what I do know is that this is Josh's next fight.
And his biggest?
In boxing, your next fight is always your biggest. Your next fight is always your biggest because you're always there. You either get knocked off the perch or you adapt and you win and keep going.
Fair enough. Not long to find out. Only, 3 weeks to go now. I want to ask you about 2.5 weeks. I want to ask about Felix Cash. He was in the gym today. Good to see him in the gym. Where are we at with Felix?
Well, I'm hoping that he can get out before the end of the year.
What went wrong in the Tyler Denny fight? Or was it purely the injury?
He got cut, right? He got cut. The fight didn't get started. The best analogy I can give you is, imagine there's a 100-metre race and everyone falls over after 40 metres and the person who was at front at 40 metres is the one that gets given the win. It was a bit like that. And so the way that the early rounds played out and that Felix was trying to work his way into his fight at the point of the cut, it meant that favoured Tyler. And if, in all honesty, if we have to lose and someone else gets the benefit of a situation like that, I'm glad it was Tyler Denny because he deserves it. He's one of these pros that's paid his dues and he deserves his moment in the spotlight. But essentially, that's what it was. There was a result, but it was a technical result, and that was it.
Do you feel like people are writing off Felix Cash now?
I think we're writing him off over the last 2 years, and justifiably, because he's not really been on the radar. But time shows everything, and judge it at the end of the journey, not while the journey's still going on.
You enjoy being in that kind of written off little section, don't you? Coming in from behind.
I don't know. When you say written off, by myself or by others?
No, certainly not. By the media. Let's have it right. Let's have it right. And I know you don't look into that, but go on.
If I understood a long time ago that the opinions of others means absolutely nothing. You walk one life. You walk your life, and things that I thought were the be-all and end-all a few years ago mean nothing now. And you just realise that at the end of the day, it all amounts to nothing.
Is Josh Kelly a good example of that?
In what sense?
In the sense that...
It means nothing.
No. In the sense that people did write him off. The media did write him off, and look where he is now.
No, it's just another example of it. It doesn't matter what people's opinions are. What matters is your opinion of yourself. What matters is, are you living your life how you want to live it? And do you have the luxury to live your life how you want to live it? And if so, be grateful for that. Don't be entitled, be grateful for it. What people will think, they'll think. If you think back, right, if Cassius Clay, if Twitter and Instagram or whatever, Twitter was around in the days of Cassius Clay, what would they have said about him? Hands are too low, can't do this, can't. It means nothing at the end of the day.
Is the 21st of September the biggest event you've ever been a part of?
Event, yes. And I've been fortunate enough to have coached, managed and promoted World Heavyweight Championships and unifications in football stadiums. And they were big. But when I was standing there at the press conference, it wasn't just the venue, but it was the fights as well. And I would say that this is the biggest event that I've worked at.
Last one. Anthony Joshua, Daniel Dubois, the main event. How does it go?
It doesn't go to distance. Go on body of work and experience, you have to go with AJ. But Daniel Dubois is on an uptick in his career. He and Don Charles seem to be working really well together. He's had 2 wins that you can see will make him grow in confidence and grow as a fighter. So on paper, you have to fancy AJ, but it's heavyweight boxing. Anything can happen. Someone is going to capitalise on a mistake and end the fight. That's what I see happening.
Is Daniel Dubois a world-class heavyweight?
Yes, of course he is, yeah. But is he a world-class heavyweight that can go to the next level? That's what we're going to find out.
Excellent. Adam, thank you very much for speaking to IFLTV. Not long to find out. It's going to be, as you said, the biggest event. Absolutely can't wait. And you're going to be part of it with Josh Kelly. Thank you very much, sir.